Hello everyone, this is Kathleen and I'm here to share how I make my own collage tissue paper. I know that Tim Holtz has this beautiful collage paper um, but if you don't have any, then this is an easy fix for that problem. And it just involves tissue paper. Gift tissue is what I'm going to use today. You can also use parchment paper. You can use like sewing pattern paper. That's like this stuff. Lots of different papers you can use, but I like the tissue because it's then transparent when I glue it down. So let me show you how I do it. I start with big things first. We're just going to make a small piece, but you can, once you have your materials out, you can make a great big piece, but you do want to have an undercover sheet to protect your antique walnut kitchen table. Yeah, you don't want to mess up anything. You want to use archival ink so that if you put other media on the project later, it's not going to smear. So I just have this square, about 12 inches square, and I like to start with the big things first. So let's do that. I just have this sheet of alphabet script stamps, acrylic stamps. I'm just going to leave them on the sheet. And I apologize if I'm shaking the table. That might happen as I try to get a good coverage on these stamps. But I start with the big blocks first and then go to smaller and smaller until I'm adding details at the end. So we'll just put this on the side like that. Smooth it, get a good stamp, and then repeat it. We're going to do just script on this piece. And then you want to go different directions. So some you want upside down, sideways, so that you can use it in any direction in your projects. All right, there's that one, and then there's other large stamps that you might have. This is another script stamp. It's very fine, so it actually doesn't stamp well on tissue paper, but we'll give it a shot and see how it works. It's going to be faint if prior experience is anything to teach me. Yeah, pretty faint. But let's turn this around and do a block here. I'm losing my light pretty fast, so I'm hoping this is just going to be fast video. So we do black and white. I do black and white in the beginning, and then I go back and do some colorizing sometimes. I'll show you how I do that as well. And then I just start adding some other kinds of stamps that are also, you know, in a kind of a block. And I can overlap the seams if I want, now or later. Oh, I like this one. Let's do some of this clock. It's just random. It's just kind of whatever you like. And then you go from kind of large down to smaller. And I always try to get just some texture, shape type things. This is some chicken wire. And I'll do some polka dots. And then, oh gosh, I really like this. I love this Victorian gentleman here. I've got to always put him somewhere. I just think he's so handsome, so vintage. I love it. Yeah. Wow, my light is really going. I hope you can still see. And then I think we need some numbers. Numbers are always good. Let's try this one. And let's do the big 25. I think we need some other, like, just script fill in places. pretty stamp. Let me put a couple of these. And then I'll show you how I use some color. I like to just leave it black and white, but once in a while I'll do some color. All right, looks pretty good. Let's do just another couple of these kinds of texture. Good. And one more. Let's do one more numbers up here. Okay. All right, that looks pretty good. Now let me show you how I do the color. I just use, if I were going to do like a butterfly, for instance, I would maybe colorize that. Let's put a butterfly right there. And give it half a second to dry. Then I would just take a cloth or a cotton ball and maybe some gold, and I would just put just a little bit of color on that butterfly, just kind of behind, just extend it up a little bit. You could do some brown on the gentleman's jacket. And you know, it doesn't even have to be to make sense. You know, you could just use some blue and just do it randomly on the numbers or on the letters. Maybe put some green along that, along the little curly Q thing. Yeah, so that's the way I do it. It's just that simple. And then how I use it is also very simple. I just will use it on a tag or on a journal paper. And so all you do is just take a piece, just to rip a piece off, and you know, glue it down. I just use regular glue stick and put some glue on there. Lay it down and smooth it off. And that's that. It's just as simple as that. So now I have this really nice, and then of course I trim that off. Sometimes I will tear it because that also looks good to tear it. Now I have this paper that's ready, and it looks just as good, you know, to do it on on tissue paper, sewing pattern tissue. And the nice thing about sewing pattern is then you've already got the lines on there, you know, so it's fun to just add some other, let's see, those are numbers. You can just add, where's the, well, we'll use this, we'll use brown. You can just add other stamps, and then, yeah, I've got a great collage paper. Yeah, love it. And it's easy and it's cheap. It's just about as cheap as possible, as long as you have the stamps and ink. And I'm losing my light, so I better just bring it to an end. Thanks so much for being with me. I hope this is helpful. I'll show you a couple of these other pages that I've made. I just keep it in the drawer, and then when I need something, then I pull it out and use it on a project. So thanks so much for being with me, and we'll see you next time.